Chomish in the Jark. One evening, Henry and Mildred were dozing happily in the engine shed. Then Chomish arrived.
"Wake up, lazy bones. Are you two having nightmares?"
"I am now," grunted Henry.
"I shall ask my driver to leave the shed lights on for you tonight,"
chuckled Chomish.
"Why?"
asked Mildred.
"We don't mind the dark." "Oh, really? I am surprised. I thought you two were afraid of the dark. I wonder why,"
teased Chomish. Henry and Mildred said nothing and went back to sleep. The next day, Chomish puffed back and forth around the yard, pushing and pulling trucks and coaches into place. He was feeling very pleased with himself. In the late afternoon, he moved some wagons into a siding at the end of the yard. Henry came along with a mineral train. The shunter changed the points, and Chomish waited in the siding until Henry had steamed by. The shunter tried to switch the points back for Chomish, but he couldn't.
"The points are jammed,"
he said. Charlie went to give it a try. So did Shid. Other people came to try and switch the points as well, but it was no use. They were stuck fast. "That Henry," grumbled Chomish. "I bet he did that on purpose." No one paid any attention to him.
"A fitter will come and mend the points in the morning," said the yardmaster. "It's too late now."
"Sorry, Thomas," said Charlie,
"but you'll have to stay here for the night."
"Where are you going?" spluttered Chomish.
"Home for tea,"
said Charlie. Chomish was speechless. He watched enviously as the other engines went home to the shed. Night fell. There was not a star in the sky. Chomish was cold and lonely.
"Oh dear,"
he murmured.
"It's very dark out."
There was a screeching noise. Chomish jumped.
"What was that?"
"It's a monster," said the trucks. They were only teasing. They knew it was only an owl in a nearby tree. Chomish could barely see anything, let alone any creatures lurking in the dark.
"I wish Mildred and Henry were here too,"
he sighed. Chomish jumped again. He saw something small scurry across the rails. "Mice," remarked the trucks. "Watch out, Thomas, or the mice will eat you." Chomish trembled.
"Don't worry, Thomas,"
came a voice.
"That's just rubbish,"
said another. Chomish looked to the siding next to his. Sitting there, covered in dust, were two old coaches.
"Who are you?"
he asked.
"I'm Annie,"
said one coach.
"and this is my sister, Clarabelle."
Chomish saw another mouse run across the rails in front of him. He yelped.
"It's all right,"
said Annie.
"The mice won't eat you."
"Indeed," said Clarabelle.
"You're not an atmospheric engine." "What's that?"
asked Chomish.
"Atmospheric engines run on round rails coated in grease,"
explained the old coaches.
"Mice love eating grease. None of us have to worry about that. Our axle boxes are lubricated with oil."
Chomish felt better talking to Annie and Clarabelle. The trucks stopped teasing him. Now they were worried. The truck's axle boxes were lubricated with grease. The next morning, a fitter came to mend the points. When he was finished, he lit Chomish's fire for him. Chomish was glad when Charlie and Shid arrived.
"How was your night out?"
asked Charlie. Chomish told them about how Annie and Clarabelle made him feel better.
"Have you two ever gone out on journeys?"
he asked them.
"Not in a long time,"
said Annie and Clarabelle.
"We're old and need new paint."
Chomish thanked them for helping him through a scary night, and left the siding, resolved never to tease Henry and Mildred again. "Take us with you!" cried the trucks as Chomish puffed away.